and welcome. In this video I will present you one of my grail watches. It's the Casio DB-1000 from 1984. It's a very special watch, only produced for 3 months, and yeah, it was made to show off Casio's technology, which really was ahead of its time. But more on that later. First let's take a look on the hardware. So yeah, the whole watch is made of stainless steel and has 2 buttons on each side, as well as these rubber buttons here in the front, which like to degrade over time. So this right one is still original, but this left one I had to replace with the 3D printed one, as you can see. And yeah, the bracelet's original. It's also stainless steel, of course, but yeah, it's just your usual Casio bracelet right here. And on the dial you can see we have 2 rows of this dot matrix LCD screen. So, functions. First we are on timekeeping mode, and yeah, we have the time on bottom, date on top, and when we press this button here we can switch between 12 and 24-hour mode. And yeah, so let's press the mode button, and here we have telememo mode. So here we can input 50 entries, and each entry can have 8 characters and 12 numerals. So with these 2 buttons we can go through. Here's this entry, and here we have a test entry I did. So yeah, if we want to add an entry, let's press the adjust button. We first go into this search feature, which I will show you in a second, but then we press it again and it says write. Now we can edit this, or we do a new one right here. And yeah, let me write something. So yeah, I will just write my name. And yeah, there it is. And yeah, you just write whatever you want onto the screen, and it will input it. And how does it work? Magic? I don't know. No. As you can see, it says panel sensor here, and you can start to see a bit. When you put it in the correct light, you can see these little areas on top of the screen right there. And yeah, that's because we have this touch sensitive grid that's above the LCD screen, and yeah, that way it recognizes what you do on the screen. Yeah, and it's kind of like an early version of the later graffiti input method that the Palm devices had, but unlike those, on the Palm devices you actually have to input everything in one correct way. And here you actually, oftentimes you have multiple ways of inputting something. So let me quickly show you. Yeah, here with these 2 buttons you can move the cursor. So let's go into the number area, and let's write the number 8, and we can actually write it. We can write it like this. You have to be precise, actually, inputting things. As you can see, this one didn't work, so let's go back with the cursor and try again. Ah, come on. There we go, number 8, and we can also write it in the other way, like this, or we can write it like this by doing 2 circles on top of each other. So yeah, actually it's pretty intuitive. You still have to be precise inputting everything, but yeah, as you can see, it does work. And I guess it's faster than if you would just scroll through every character like you have to do in normal databanks. So yeah, it's a really cool feature, and yeah, ahead of its time. Yeah, so to delete an entry you have to just press these 2 buttons at the same time, and now we deleted it. And now let me show you the search feature again. So yeah, here you can just search for an entry. So for example, if we want to search for the test entry, we can just write a T, for example, and press one of these buttons, and then it takes us to the test entry. So yeah, that's the telememo mode. Next up we have the calculator, and here it's just your basic calculator, but again you just input it by drawing on the screen. So for example, we do 2 plus 3 equals 5. And there you go. And I mean, how cool is that, right? Yeah, really nice. It works pretty well. And yeah, I'm just blown away by this. It's so amazing. And also in the calculator mode, you actually have you can set a constant. And that way you can actually do square multiplications. So if you want to do 7 by 7, you can just write, for example, 7, and then you do the, oh, that was wrong. Here, these two buttons, you can actually, this one is like a back button, and this one clears like everything. So yeah, let's try again. So we do the 7. Let's try again. 7, and then we do multiply, and then we do the multiply again, and as you can see now the k appears for constant. So we do the 7 again. No, we don't have to do it because we set the constant, so we just do equals, and yeah, 49. Yeah, so you can kind of use this, but yeah, you can just do your basic calculations as well. So next mode, we have alarms, and we have 5 alarms here, as you can see, as well as this hourly signal. And yeah, here, as you can see, we got the time right here, and then we got the number here. And what is that number? Well, this is actually the day. You can set it. You can't set the month though, so you can plan, but only by 1 month in advance. So yeah, you can set the day here and time here, and then it will, yeah, beep on this day at this time. Yeah. And oh, and here's how it sounds, of course. Yeah. And then our last function is the stopwatch. And yeah, here just your usual stopwatch: start, split, release, stop, and reset. There it is. And we also have a backlight, your little light bulb right there. So yeah, those are the functions of this watch. And let's take a look on the wrist. So here we go. And yeah, I mean, looks pretty good. Yeah, you might mistake it actually for just your usual databank watch, but in fact it's yeah, something way more special. And yeah, as I've said, this was just super ahead of its time. It's super rare now because yeah, it was sold in very limited numbers, and of the ones that have survived, a lot of them have either screen bleed, or they have like this weird blue stain that's all over the screen. This one has a little bit, you can kind of see it right there, but it's very small. But yeah, on a lot of the watches it's actually on the whole screen, and yeah, makes it in fact useless, which is really sad because I mean, this is such a cool feature, but yeah, super rare. I was super lucky actually with this one. I got it for 40 euros on a local site. Someone clearly didn't know what he was selling, but yeah, I've seen them go for $500, $1,000 easily with the working screen. So yeah, yeah, it's really sad, but yeah, incredible piece of engineering. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, because yeah, I'm really just blown away by this. And yeah, hope you like this, and see you next time. Bye.